What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and those in between? Welcome back to the 21st Century Podcast. My name is Basiana, and I will be your host for the day. So today we have a legend straight from KwaZulu-Natal, ZuluBoy. How are you, my guy?
Yeah, what do you mean those in between?
How are you doing today?
I'm great, man.
How have you been?
I'm full of gratitude. I'm grateful, yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah. So, firstly, I'd like to ask, it's an obvious question, but we really need to know, where does the name ZuluBoy come from?
Ish. Kosasan, you know when you've been asked that question for 20 years?
We need to know.
Yeah. Ish. Hey, man. ZuluBoy, to reintroduce myself, ZuluBoy comes from KwaZulu-Natal, was born in Polyclinic Kamashu. And grew up in Durban City and Naganongoma, all the surrounding areas, because I had different relatives, and during school holidays I'll go live with the relatives, but during school days I'll be at home in the city, in Durban City, mainly Musgrave, Point, around Point by the beach side, around the inner city, Field Street, like I live there as well, West Street. So we were just moving around. So that's where ZuluBoy comes from, to come up to Johannesburg to find a better life.
Okay, I hear you.
Yeah.
So being from Ntuzuma, if I'm correct, right?
Yes.
How significant was it for you to move to Johannesburg?
I just came back to Johannesburg again after 5 years I've left. So it means Joburg is where it's at.
Is that what pushed you to come here? Did you see better opportunities?
Yeah, it was opportunities. I feel like some provinces, like for example, a ship is most comfortable on shore, but that's not what it was designed for. Like for example, a ship was designed to sail, right? To crush the waves and the thunders and everything. But if you are in your hometown, you are most comfortable, and you won't bring out the best in you, you won't bring out the best in you like if you're in a foreign city or far away from home.
Okay, so not that you weren't successful before or back in KwaZulu-Natal, but how difficult was it, or how did you end up finding your feet in Johannesburg? What obstacles did you stumble upon?
Yeah, in Joburg.
Yes.
Joburg is nice, you meet a vendor guy who says, hey, Barmin, and you say, hey, Dando, and you met a Shangan person that was deep, and go. and I feel like the stumbling blocks has just been people who manipulate craft and talent, and they use it for their own benefit and not sustain the craft and talent itself, because what is it all for at the end of the day? You might travel the world, you might win BETs and come back and speak about your life.
So what pushed you? What motivated you when it was becoming difficult?
My children, my friends, and just my passion for what I do, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so in your experience, how easy or difficult is the industry compared to a few years ago? How easy do you think this generation now has it for themselves?
It's way too easy. When we see a mic in front of it, we'll eat it up. Like microphone, like hey, miss money microphone, like hey, pimisa everything that we had. Told it's no too quiet. I was just party as a rapper. There was no hip hop like South Africa. Companies like BMG, Mofia Corner, they tell you if ufungayenzi quiet, you'll never make it. So we started creating hip hop movements in Cape Town, Durban and Joburg, with elders, and we treated it as a movement. But then, Tina, our fame was purely based on exchange students from the States. Our students as a Joburg, I'm a student at Tegwin that were in Johannesburg that were going to these hip-hop sessions from Black Sunday to Slaghuis, from Slaghuis to Pet Center, and down in the Cape, and these people actually made us who we were. We used to sleep in parks, and then started to run and going back home. But we were backpackers and rapping.
So you never had it easy.
Yeah, we never had it easy. I'm just trying to paint a scenario for it, yabo. And now second no TikTok, yabo. Every most black people are rich now, and most black people can afford. You understand? Tina sasfaga, you might get check engine with CPU. Now, if we say you're a rapper, my child has a studio and is always doing your rap music in my house. So now I guess it's easier, but the quality is less.
True, but I mean, it is what we work for at the end of the day, for our kids to have it easy in life, is it not?
Yeah, but in the same time, we need to guide the quality. So it's not just easy without leveling up with the quality. You need to, you need to take it further than we've taken it with the way we thought. You understand? Because nathi we take it further than they have taken it. You are so I compromise the quality. You told good man, sehlele ma restaurant, istawa mapodlela bizayo. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, our parents made sure that asilale singadlile when they were a kitchen girl. You understand? So the quality of life is much easier, but for the wrong reasons. So we need to balance the scales up. You understand? Take mom out to Dubai with that money.
I know, but I mean, social media has now built a different and very high pedestal, and I don't think we can blame the generation. But anyway, can I ask you? You said hip hop. You've been mentioning hip hop quite a lot.
Yeah.
On your career and how it started. So your passion is actually music.
Entertainment.
Entertainment. Okay, good, because it's a different.
Yeah.
Okay,
I guess when it's all said and done, you know, in the book of life that I'm writing, when the book closes, I would like people to say that guy was an entertainer.
And do you think you've done enough? Do you think you've earned that title of people putting you there on that chair or on that throne to say, no, he has achieved what he really wanted to achieve? Do you think you've done that?
Yeah, I don't care much for people's opinions. They don't buy me bread. They haven't bought me All Stars. They don't care whether I'm rich or poor. They will talk whether you're moving or whatever. So people I don't put first. I put myself first. But then I had the pleasures of receiving an award in 2020, NL Spread Bombera, that crowned me a hip-hop legend in the South African Traditional Music Awards. I'm a Satmas. Yeah, so I was alongside Steve Kekane, I was alongside Jonas Ngwangwa in the categories. So
great.
Yeah, I think for me, but in all, man, you know, when you shift it away from yourself and you let the talent move within you, because people always ask me this question: what do you like between your acting or your music? And I think to myself, what if I want to write a musical? God has brought me to write the greatest musical, because the last we had was Sarafina, that actually made waves. You understand?
So you made you in Sarafina?
No, I'm saying the greatest musical that was there. There was nothing after Sarafina. Do you understand? So what if God is training me in music and is training me in acting for me to combine these talents and score music in films? You understand? Because I understand the acting, the emotions that go through the character and the scene. I understand the beats of a scene. And then on the other side, I actually understand the frequencies of major chords, the frequencies of minor chords, diminished, added with ninth and yeah.
Also, basically, even though media doesn't need much, but you still have to learn. You still need the skills. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying there's two types of people on earth. There's Thabo Mbeki and Jacob Zuma. You know, Thabo Mbeki, well educated, comes back, become the president. Jacob Zuma dropped out of school, worked hard to get to where he got.
Okay. I hear you.
Some people are talented for what they do, and some people work hard. They study hard.
And which one are you?
I've never asked for this. I've never chose this dream. This dream chose me.
But I understand. But you're here at the end of the day. And which do you believe you are?
But I'm saying, like, if you want to dream of me tonight, even if you cried, you'll never dream of me tonight. You understand? If you want to dream of this microphone tonight, even if you cried, it is the dream that you'll dream tonight that will choose you. So The first time I got into music, I used to go in school and do variety shows and sing. I can't tell you I started rapping at the age of 6 or started rapping at the age of 9. It was work in progress within my life. When the classes were done at school and the teachers had extra time, they'll call us in. We'll act to school is nice. In school, life is a journey, bro. Like, you can't actually pinpoint when stuff started, especially when you're in a journey. And I'm not responsible for it. As I'm saying, it was a dream that chose me. And I'm just walking, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Yeah.
Okay, now I hear you. So, Big Boy Gumede.
Oh,
Last
snap.
number.
Do you want to go there? Big Boy
Gaiva.
Kumete, last
Just to
snap.
name a few, those are the biggest roles that you've played.
Yes.
And how important has it been for you to maintain momentum to keep getting these big roles?
I'll go back to the dream again, I think for me, the biggest role I've ever played was, I played lead. I played Tsotsi in Tsotsi The Musical. And I had the highest...
The Tsotsi.
Yeah, the Tsotsi, but we had one at Artscape Theatre, Cape Town. And I was in Europe, living there for the year of 2017, touring Switzerland, Austria, Belgium, Portugal, the works, the whole of Europe, telling a story of the first black electric bass player, Joseph Makwela, telling the story of his late Lemmy Special Mabas of Pimville, telling these great legends who went with Ezekiel Dlamini, King Kong the Musical, Nabo Maria Makeba, Nabo Kaifas Semenya in 1960, and they went to England. Some of them came back and they fought in the country. Some of them we know as heroes because they went into exile. But those that came back, nobody took care of them. Nobody knows their names. So I decided to go to Europe in 2017. So that year they were casting for a person who's going to play lead in Tsotsi The Musical. Zwaibala was the artistic director. They waited. I came back and they're like, ZuluBoy, thank you that you are here and we could trust you that you came back when you said you came back because the musical was waiting for you. Character Tsotsi. I've never been on stage before. Ever. My entire life. So that's why I say my life is amazing. Like it's like a dream because it chooses me. I just need to be in accordance with the energies of the universe and just gravitate towards the receiving end. And then I shall receive. Like, when I started music, it's what I was growing up. It chose me. So Big Boy Kumete, the musical Tsotsi, I had a Flutie Cup nominee, which is the biggest awards that anybody can, and an honor that anyone can get, because it's about 54 years old. Now I think it's about 58 years old. And it's from Stellenbosch with the wines and everything. And that's the highest order in acting. And it was my first time playing in theater, playing Tsotsi The Musical, and I actually got the nomination. So for me, that has been my best character ever.
Wow, okay. And where can we find this?
You can go online. Just Google ZuluBoy Tsotsi The Musical. Something should pop up. You can see it. But we'd love to bring it back on stage. But it's a huge production. There's trains. There's graphics. It was a huge production. Tim Silentaka was on it.
And how straining is it to be in this industry, during this acting process, when the filming?
Yeah. Sometimes it's training. Like, for example, with Durban journey, I was working 12 hours a day. Breakfast is like 5:30. And then at like 6 o'clock, the cameras start getting warm and rolling. And then we wrap at like 6 in the evening. Yeah, but we PM. Kodwa manje uthola ukuthi ngicine ngihleli ngaphakathi mina inside my change room or my trailer or whatever. But I'm in there waiting for my scene, and I only have like 3 scenes. Uthola ukuthi scene yami yokuqala ingo 6:30 ekseni, esibili ngo 1, esithathu ngo 3. I can't move. What if I break a leg if I walk outside? They contracted me for 12 hours. So it's those little things that become frustrating. And then if you're working 12 hours Monday to Saturday and you've only got Sunday to wash your underwear,
No, I hear you. So
yeah.
How important do you think it is for actors to connect to the roles that they play?
I don't think connection is the problem. I think the problem is working together for actors. Like, I feel South African actors, like the old actors, what they used to do when they rapped, they went to Shipin and read scripts together and ran lines for tomorrow. But now Sibonane Setin.
No, I think you missed my question. Like,
Yeah, what was the
when
question?
you're playing
Yeah.
last number.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
How important is it for you to understand who last number is, to be in his shoes?
Oh, it is important, but the way I played is different. I put characters to animals.
Okay.
Like
interesting.
last number was a hyena.
Pray tell.
He went all the time in last number. Yeah, he was a hyena, and Big Boy was a python. He was more slippery and slidey in the way that he played his character. And for me, that's what grounds my character. So I don't come back from acting becoming different.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
okay.
It becomes one thing. It has a synergy accord.
Okay. That's brilliant. So, out of all the roles that you have played, which one was your favorite?
Tsotsi The Musical.
Why?
Because I got the Fury Cup nomination.
I mean, you're telling me out of the ones that I've mentioned, like Big Boy Comedy, like I've said earlier.
Oh.
Last number,
Last number nearly made me lose my mind.
I mean, those roles.
Like,
suit you.
like I nearly went crazy.
What do you mean?
The reference to that character was a joker. So now on set, make to action, and you are laughing, and you're like, they say cut and action. You're like,
Okay.
to a cut and action, cut. So you end up laughing the whole day. So you get a headache, you get tablets, painkillers, quarter still, and then you wait. Look at you.
It's just,
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So
I mean, it's not easy.
that character nearly made me lose my mind.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
acting is not easy.
Yeah.
Imagine you're crying and then they just cut the scene and you have to start over. No, I understand
Yeah,
where you're coming from.
yeah.
So,
Big Boy Kumete as well had a bit of that because my dad was in Bongeningama and they shot him in the mines. And for the whole week, we needed to shoot the scene where I was crying when they were shooting him. So for the whole week, I go to work and cry. And then, as an actor, to cry, you need to tap into the darkest, saddest moments that you've ever experienced in your life. For me, which is the passing of my mom. So I tap into that the whole week. So if...
okay, first it was quite funny, I'm not gonna lie.
Until I mentioned my mom, right? Look at you though.
Like,
and then
wow.
and then Okwesibili was when the second week is the funeral. So umlindelo in the funeral. So for the second week you go to work to do what? To cry. You've been crying for 2 weeks.
Gee,
12 hours a day.
you're waking up.
You can't. and then people ask, ZuluBoy, ukhala kanjani mekuthiwa 3 2 1 action khala. Ngithi mina ngibona ngicabanga ukuthi bazongitshela ukuthi ngeke ngihole at the end of the month and then tears just come automatically.
Wow, okay.
I like money, what can I say?
Gee,
Yeah.
everybody does, everybody
Yeah.
does. So what is it about film that kept you there for so many years?
Film.
Yeah.
Is that most of the roles they call me for them.
That's like literally it. There's nothing deeper.
Yeah, it's like I'm busy with something like on level 5 lockdown. I was busy with a medical center. We were designing some digital stuff with software developers, and the next thing I receive a phone call, ZuluBoy, would you be interested to be a paramedic? And I'm working at a clinic.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's a dream. It's like a dream. I can't explain it, man. It just happens.
But was there ever a time that, we all have goals,
Yeah.
and we set goals for ourselves and we say, I want to do this, I want to be here at this point in life. Was there ever a time that you had a goal and then it just came to you? Or it's always been just,
Yeah.
you told me.
No, the goals do come to you, of course. Yeah, well, like for example, now when you get the acting role, you set your goals because you got the job, right? You set your goals to treat every day like it's your first acting day. So that's how you remain humble on set. That's how directors can direct you. That's how you can listen to ADs. That's how you can listen to people. Because every day when you're on set, you wear that cap like it's my first day. You treat your job like it's your first day. But your dreams that you had in grade 7 have tarnished. And that's not what life is. You understand? But then when they say set goals, it creates animosity and anxiety. And we've lost a lot of people because of that, you understand? But if we have gratitude, we are full of gratitude, and we can then be comfortable and happy and fine with good health, and it's still and a roof on top of our head and clothes on our body, then the rest will fall into place, you know.
True.
Yeah. But don't romanticize poverty, you know. Want to be rich.
No, I hear you. It is a real thing. So, if you were given the chance to star in any series in the world, what series would it be, and who would you star as in it?
Oh wow, what an interesting question. I'm watching Sandman as we speak.
I'm not familiar with it.
It's on Netflix. It's pretty cool. I like it. A series. Let me think about this one. Oh man, there's just so many. Like I watch a lot of TV, Ganjal. There was this Doctor series of Murphy.
The Good Doctor.
The Good Doctor. I would have loved to have played that. You understand?
Autism.
Autism.
He's autistic.
Yeah.
So you'd love
to play an autistic character, yeah, because I relate to it a lot.
In what way? Interesting.
I don't know. I there's a lot of things that I put up with that I can't deal with.
Okay,
yeah.
True. I mean, apart from him being autistic, you can see that naturally he's just an uptight person who doesn't like to open up. So
no, I just think he's misunderstood.
True.
Yeah.
But like you saw, he's just uptight.
No, he's not uptight. He's just misunderstood.
He's not misunderstood.
He is misunderstood. No.
True.
He is though.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just saying there's a part where they tell us that he doesn't like questions. So you have to find a way to communicate with him or ask questions without making them sound like questions.
Yeah, sometimes questions stem from a place. And sometimes that place is not a good one.
True.
Yeah.
But even general questions, he was just never comfortable. So are you...
There's nothing general about a question. It's very informative. It's people wanting information. Yeah. So that's how the questions happen. And I like The Good Doctor, man. I really, really like the stories. And it was interesting, you know, and to see how like, I think in film here in South Africa, we suck, first of all, and we're doing progress, but progress according to the bar that other people have set. That's why I think we suck, and I can say it with my full mouth. We haven't even done Terminator 1. I'm just saying with graphics, like, I give respect to those that do the work, but there's not even one that has stood up and went out there, sat in the bush for 2 years, came back with something that would change TV forever. You understand? And I believe we as South Africans, we are capable of that because now the world is coming here.
But I don't think the industry, like South Africans, are to blame for that. It's just that the good ones that are capable of doing such always leave the country. I mean, look at Trevor Noah, for example.
Trevor Noah made films?
No.
He was just a comedian, bro.
No,
he used to make us laugh.
True.
Oh, yes. The good ones leave.
The good ones leave the country. You know,
so is that the problem with the good ones or the problem with the country?
I don't know.
It's the country.
I don't think
I left Durban because Joburg's going to be good for me. So Durban's not good for me.
But you need to remember that South Africa is not based on social media. I mean, on media. I mean, if you look at the States, their economy is literally built on media. Hollywood, for example. Social media itself, it's...
Why is that?
You understand? We don't know.
I think it's because they understand the fundamentals of propaganda.
Apart from that,
okay,
naturally, it's their thing.
Oh.
And
yeah.
I mean, look at. Let's not go back to apartheid, but let's keep it here. Right
no,
here.
but wait.
Americans sold water to us. White people started selling water.
Yeah.
They took gold from us.
Yeah.
Reproduced it into jewelry. sold it back to us.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I tell you something about America, ne? America wants to be number one in everything they do. So now, like, for example, we're having a conversation with King Mouse. Shout out to King Mouse at King Mouse _ we had a conversation with King Mouse, Grootman Tebza, and shout out to Grootman Tebza and Zola 7 yesterday.
Wow.
And we were sitting there in Melville. He was there. And we were just talking about this. And I said, I think it's time that we face these Americans and we told them, listen, guy, even in rapping, we're better than you. Like, what do you have except the Grammys? You understand? Look at, you've got Drake now making a house album. I don't understand how that happened. When there are rappers in Africa who could be doing stuff with Drake, I didn't understand that.
True.
Yeah.
So, your acting is not the only thing that you're known for. Your musical credentials look good. Look just as good. You have
They look amazing.
You have Metro FM Best Rapper Award and MTV Africa Music Awards nomination
against Jay-Z and Kanye West. Yeah. I was in Nairobi, Kenya. Yeah.
Amongst the biggest rappers. In
representing Africa in 2009. It was pretty cool. It was a dope experience. But then some of the questions that you get is what constitutes you to sit on the setting? And then some of my answers back then were like, I performed to 25,000 topless virgins in Umkhosi Umhlanga, Enyokeni, Hail the Zulu King. What have you done, Jay-Z? Like
that is quite deep.
He calls himself an African American, but all these millions that he flosses to us, how has he contributed to the issues of Africa? It's a question.
That's actually a sting. I cannot answer.
Sting to whom? He can answer. He'll tell you maybe I created CSIs. No, listen, you black. Nothing constitutes these Americans with the big houses, because it's like they are recolonization of Africa dressed in a black skin.
True. But I hear what you're saying.
So why are they coming back here? I'm saying if there's an American artist that is performing here in Johannesburg, do you think us as artists from South Africa would get the same pay?
No.
With our tax money and they leave with it?
No.
Because why? And then when they invite us in their country, you think they're going to give us the same money they got here? Impossible.
Honestly, this takes me back.
Yeah, so we always CSIs. We always, by the way, shame. Africa, baby. Tag.
No, I see what you're saying. Black is excellence. Black is excellence. Black is beautiful. Black is the future. And I feel like this is why they tried to destroy black in the past.
Are you saying Americans trying to destroy us?
Not necessarily. Yes.
Black Americans. I'm not talking about white people here. I'm talking about black Americans
But remember.
and South Africans.
Okay. No, I hear.
Why are they here?
I mean, they want to feel one.
To steal our stories. They're going to make millions out of our stories.
True.
I'm serious.
One thing about us is that we always have a story to tell.
And we
message.
tell the wrong people sometimes. We see a camera, we whap up, and the person goes, they write a movie, and it's gone. They put Will Smith on it, it makes millions.
Okay. So how did you manage to top charts multiple times as an independent artist?
At the time, I was not independent. I was working with EMI. After EMI, I worked with Gallo Records. EMI, I was with Mendoza. And then when I started in 2005. But then I was, Gallo, I was put there when Tandiswa did the album. And they offered me a contract at Gallo because I was fresh from KZN in 2005. But then I said no. And then I moved in a partnership with EMI, Irvin Sloshberg, with another South African label. And yeah, man, it was challenging. And from there I moved to Gallo. From Gallo 2012, I haven't released any album yet. I have 6 albums. I have 5 albums in South Africa. I have 1 album in the Netherlands. I launched at the Bimhay Central Station with my band from Europe, and there's a lot.
It goes on and on. So let's get to the real deal now. Let's talk about Vancouver, Canada, 2006.
Yeah, Vancouver, Canada was quite great, man. Shout out to Stokey T for keeping it live all the time. And he's one of the rappers in South Africa. I'll give flowers. Yeah, well, yeah, well. Stokey T, I told him the last time we were with Questa and them on stage on Zagwe's event in Durban. And I said to him, man, shout out to you, man. You go to Sway in the morning, you represent us so well. You become number one on iTunes worldwide. And Rock Nation gives you a call to come visit them straight up. You understand? And if you listen to his lyrics, he was not... he was telling them, we from the dirty South, where politicians give birth to spoiled rotten kids. Yo, the lyrics were sick. You should check Stokey T out, yo. It's some sick vibes, yeah. But then when I was in Canada, Vancouver in 2006, I was touring, and he was there. It was the Hip-Hop Summit. I met the Native Americans, the Red Indians. We call them Red Indians. But they prefer to be called Native Americans because they're from that land before Christopher Columbus, and the plantations of tobacco in there. And we started making hip-hop with them. And Bashisimpepo, as we do, and we created this relationship where they've just given me beats in my new album, including Upono was Italy, who works with M1 from Dead Prez, who's a producer from Italy. So we've got Vancouver, Canada, we've got Italy. Now, in Canada, Oz 12 and Manic, the guys I'm rapping in my first album, they've become now chairpersons of the National Heritage Council of actual Vancouver itself. Yeah, so we've grown, and it Vancouver for me was a blessing. I made a lot of African artists because there was Gidi Gidi Maji Maji. They had selected us as African artists of consciousness. In Kenya, they got Gidi Gidi Maji Maji. In Senegal, they got DJ Awadi. They got in Tanzania, it was Fidi Q. Gospel, if I'm not mistaken, was from Malawi. Zabs was from Zimbabwe. And myself and Nati Bikos, and we were there. So when we sat there, they brought us to Vancouver in a hip-hop summit under the United Habitat. It was my first time on a plane, by the way, so I flew 18 hours on my first time in a plane. And then when I got there, the agenda on the table was how natural are natural disasters. So we needed to think out of the box. We thought we were there for hip-hop, but we were just another assignment put on a plane, babies from Africa that were there to tell on ideas and steal the ideas so they carry on colonizing us, you understand? Because
and how did that make you feel?
Now when I look at it, it makes me feel like even those people that come to South Africa as exchange students in universities that go back and write theses in their universities throughout the world, come back with reports on our living. So we always stay behind. That's the key. You understand what I'm saying? So I felt that because some of my answers was like a hurricane knot of like a hurricane volume of 2 knots will have like 200,000 casualties in South Africa. And then hurricane volume of 0.5 knots in England will have 1 casualty.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So the balance the scales. Let's say 2 knots here in South Africa, 200,000 casualties. Let's say 10 knots in England, and you'll have 1 casualty. Look at the Ukraine and Russian war right now as we speak. In 100 years of war, there's been 4,000 casualties. 4,000 people died. In South Africa, there are 6,000 people dying a week. Do you understand the scales? So in Vancouver, we were talking about Usimande, Uti. They built their houses with bricks. Their construction companies are proper. The whole works and shebangs. And here in South Africa, Usimande usebenzisa asbestos. Hey, it's except whatever. I don't know. It's something else. So that was Vancouver. It was primarily that.
Okay. So which breakthrough would you say was the most difficult, film or music?
Music was better. Yeah, music was good, man. It was my first love. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But now it took a lifetime. Yeah, well, after the passing of my mom, I left Durban. I came straight to Joburg. I lived in Youve with Rasta. Shout out to them one time. King Sansa. Yes, Rasta. And film on the other end was people I knew, would sabotage you on set, like children went to AFTA, children went to all these expensive schools, and the next thing I'm playing Soul City Lead, and who am I, this rapper, coming and get money in their field, so like they would teach me, but they'd patronize me. So I needed to humble myself and just keep calm. Yeah, well, because if the director would say, listen, ZuluBoy, before you deliver your dialogue, give me 5 bananas, come around the corner and deliver your dialogue. I'll come 1 banana, 2 banana, and the whole set would laugh. This guy's counting bananas out loud. But bananas are beats that you need to, in your heart, So I learned the hard way. On theater, on the other end, they would give me a gun, like a pellet gun, and it has a cartridge, a cassette. Yeah, but then a cassette yakhona, a cartridge, it's not fully there. It's not fully locked. So when I credit the gun from you, I'm entrusting you that the gun is in a good condition. But when I pick it up like this, the cartridge just drops. Parts. The cassette is on the floor. Yeah, so I think it's sure. And then once the cassette is on the floor, my energy is gone. Because it's a live performance. You feel like you did something wrong. Yeah.
Have you ever been injured on set?
No, but I've injured someone badly on set.
And what happens?
I'm shang a podlel. Like, man, it was rough. So now you got these different departments, right? And you got this art department, right? And art department makes fake bottles with sugar. Yeah? So when someone, like you've been held hostage and someone walks in, and once they turn around, you take the sugar. It's not a real bottle, it's sugar. And you hit them with it and it cracks. And the crack of dried sugar, it looks like bottles, It's an art department thing. That's why we have paramedics on set. It's not my doing. They give me this thing and I say, are you guys sure? But they didn't see that it had this thick base of sugar at the bottom to make the soul of the bottle. So when I hit him with the thick base of the bottle and he started bleeding and I was like, whoa, sad.
So such things are not put on your shoulders?
No, it's not my responsibility. We have indemnities, Sorin. No,
Okay, so if you could choose one career between music or film?
I'd never choose.
Okay.
It would mean I'm not grateful to God for the gifts He's given me.
But like if it was choose
what?
Or die?
Die. Life is simple. Because I don't want to defy God. He's given me these gifts. So there's lots more gifts that He's still about to bestow upon me. So angikwazi ukuphikisa umsebenzi wakhe.
Okay. So what do you think, what are the unspoken truths about these careers that you think upcoming generations or actors or musicians need to know?
Come again? What?
What are the unspoken truths about these two careers?
The music industry is a fraud, man.
What makes you say that?
They'll steal your money with what you don't know. They've got a lot of red tape. Study, find yourself approved, so you can get all that belongs to you.
And then from the media side?
From the media, good news don't sell. It's only bad news that sells. So there's never been a day in South Africa that creates patriotism with all our media who actually choose a day. Maybe choose my birthday, the 21st of December. Ne? All you media people, writers, journalists, everyone, newspapers, everyone. Choose my birthday, 21 December. Make it a good media day so you can encourage Africans to be good. You understand? Hug a cop, someone who took a dog out of a drain. There's fire extinguishers, there's police officers who do a great job. Just find good stories, but make one day, give us a break. Don't make the world look so crazy just to keep us inside.
No, I hear you. No, I hear you. So who would you say has your respect right now, both in music and industry and film industry?
Has my respect?
Yeah.
Me, I love Black Thought, You Yo, Black Thought. He kills it for me. Not the Butcher. No Butcher and J. Cole. You should check out their joint, yo. But to Jay-Z, after what God did, I'm afraid it made me listen to that. That was sick. That was really, really sick, you know.
Who's this guy?
When it comes to film, in music, I would like to work with Gregory Potter.
Okay.
I love Gregory Potter. I love Andre Bocelli, you know. I love to mess with their sounds. In film, yo, Steven Spielberg, Spike Lee, yeah, he's an African American. Tarantino, is he still alive? Tarantino. Yeah, Tarantino, you know. Man, Vincent Mulloy.
But those are all
King Mouse, huh?
those okay, King Mouse.
Shout out one time. You know.
Getting there.
Yeah, there's a lot, man. There's a lot. Yeah. In acting, I believe South African actors, man, has not taken it there like to the fullest.
And then the ones in music?
Huh?
The ones in music.
Oh, the ones in music. There's a guy called M Soul. I really enjoy his music. There's a guy called PVP. I really enjoy his music. There's a guy called ZuluBoy as well. You know, Zulu Yasabe.
I'm quite familiar with him.
You're quite familiar with him.
Yes.
I just don't like that people still think Nomalang is the greatest thing he did. There's lots of stuff out there. ZuluBoy has 100 songs.
We will be waiting to hear more from him.
No, my friend, I've got 100 songs out there. How many have you heard?
Do music.
So go in there, dig in. Go in the crates. We call it the crates. Dig in. You might like something. There's nothing greater than learning something new and liking it. Like, when last have you watched a movie and repeated it again?
Yesterday.
Have you repeated the movie you like?
Yes.
Do you know the lines? Like, Randall, Randall, Randall. You're going to leave without saying goodbye?
I just watched it then and I watched it again. Amanda on Netflix.
Amanda?
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch it.
It's a very...
What's it about?
touching. It's about apartheid. When apartheid was kind of over.
Eish, man. Eish, guys.
It's
Is those the
very
stories, only stories we're going to tell in South Africa? If it's not crime, it's apartheid. I get
But
it,
it's
guys.
not
I
necessarily
know,
based on
guys.
apartheid. I mean, that's the way
Hey,
it started.
bro. And you know, lento ivusiyilonda, man. Ibhlungu. Ibhlungu. And then you look at the roster of those directors and producers. It's mainly the great-grandfathers of the people who implemented apartheid that are getting paid.
Okay, true. And I've come to realize something about South Africa. You can have all the documents, all the skills, but without connection, it's really hard.
No, man, never mind the connection. Connection will not do anything for you. What connection will do for you? Connection will set you up for a trap that you are not ready for.
Okay.
Everything you want, you have within yourself. You understand? I want to see us. You see, one thing I hate about black people sometimes is this. Hey, SIM card, boy. SIM card has already been made. Hey, Aucham. Mina ngu-autoqala wakhe 9G, boy. Wuhan has brought Corona with 5G. It's been done. Why is black people ungayi kamhlabe yalingana, ungayi eLimpopo? You get medical students. They explain the chemistry explanations. Ukuthi mehlanganisa lezi zihlahla uzoshaya lightning. And low lightning bayishaye to a conductor. Mase bayishaye to a conductor. We painted that. We put it in a jar and we painted it and we sell it to the world. Because what is Wi-Fi? What makes a plane fly? What's atomic energy? So, in film, I wish the same. I wish for us to, hey, just come up with something new. Yeah, just come up with something new that the world is going to say, yo, South Africa created this in film. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I wish would happen with this generation or the next generation.
And the last thing we've seen from South Africa that was this good was Lion King.
It was not South African.
It was not.
Elton John gets money more than Lobabalo. Angeke ngimention igama lakho. Like Elton John gets money for nansi konyama masiza ba.
Excuse me.
It's the truth.
So, what advice would you like to share with aspiring actors who would like to make their breakthrough in South Africa, in film industry, of course?
Study hard, man. Take your time. Don't rush it. Success is not something that will happen overnight. You understand? Take your time. Take your I don't know how much I can emphasize this. Take your time. People say life is short. Tell them to go fly a kite. Life is long. We've seen Mandla Mthembus make 98 million and they lost it. I don't know, some might say he invested it. I don't know, it's not my business. But it was an example of things that we learned, that life, in the length of life, many things could happen. Take your time. And another thing, people who give you advice, shut your ears. Shut your ears. Who are they to give you advice? Pray about a lot of things, fast about them, spend time alone, and then understand that what made Jay-Z get to where is, it's Jay-Z's journey. You have your own.
Exactly. Comparison will never take you anywhere.
Don't compare yourself to your peers. Don't compare yourself to your friends.
Another thing that's going to kill this youth, honestly.
Don't. They're going to make it like it's a competition. Just to keep you on the edge, to make you think, where am I? No, don't succumb to that. You understand?
It's something that I've come to realize with myself. That I used to struggle with myself. I used to compare myself a lot, and I used to.
You have a lot of problems: anxiety, goals, connections.
I used to push myself too hard, And let me just say, I was 18, stressing like I was 38 because I wanted to be rich before 25. And I realized it's because
Why did you want to be rich before 25?
No, I'm just making an example, trying to exaggerate everything of how I was pushing and comparing myself to other kids, and I realized it's not happening because it's simply not my time. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So
everything has its time, Daddy, and no one can take anything away from you. Never.
If it's yours, then
it's yours. So now, be in a space where you, as an individual, you get away things of resistance. You open up to the cosmos of receiving.
True. No, man.
Align yourself, yeah.
No, I hear you. So, what can you say we should expect from ZuluBoy in the near future?
Everything.
So you're coming full force from all angles.
All angles, everything. Everything, Baba. I'm grown now. And
Wow. Okay, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your time. It was wonderful, and thank you for sharing.
I appreciate you too.
Anyway, guys, there you have it for yourselves. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Push that subscribe button.
Yo, by the way, sorry, I've got a new TikTok. It's Zulu Yasabega. Please do follow. Send me gifts, guys. Please, man. Don't be cheapskates.
We gotta do that again, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. Push that notification button. Share.
Oh, sorry. By the way, for bookings, if you want to book ZuluBoy, if you want to book ZuluBoy, go to www. What is it, Doug? ZuluBoywork@gmail.com. There you go. Please do it again.
Do it for yourself. So there you have it, guys.
Wait, before you go. On Instagram. At I am Zulu. I'm done. What's your handle? Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Okay, where do we subscribe?
At 21st Century Gang. I was getting to that.
Okay, sure.
So it's your girl at Pasiana _Pasiana_ on IG. Make sure to subscribe, like, share, press that notification button, and it's the 21st Century Gang. Make sure to tune in for our next episode. Thank you so much for joining.